stuff for my abs and stuff like that, Yeah. So
So what I tell people when they say, it's intimidating, I say, I, I want people to understand that everybody starts somewhere. Everybody was a beginner. I was a beginner. Everybody is in different places in their health and fitness journey. And another thing is you have to kind of get out of your own head and you have to realize that people aren't paying attention to you the way you think they are. You
yeah,
think, oh, everybody's watching me, everybody's staring at me and critiquing me. No, everybody who's in the gym is worried about what they're doing, not what you're doing. And you have to kind of remind yourself of that, like, oh, everybody's here just working on themselves, trying to better themselves. They're not worried about what I'm doing or paying attention to what I'm doing. But you have to remind yourself of that, because yeah, it can be kind of nerve-wracking and intimidating, but everybody's kind of just doing their own thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Damien J. Fitness Training Lesson 101. Women never be intimidated or scared of training hard in the gym. You won't look masculine. You will still stay feminine if you do the right thing for your body. Yeah, I mean, like that, a lot of people that they think that way, that if they work out in the gym, they're gonna look like a man and stuff. I think, in my opinion, it's the hardcore stuff that they do, like in certain things that they take, like pegs and all that stuff, and their voice sound kind of masculine.
So,
Yeah,
yes, uh, females, we
yeah,
do not have the genetics to put on muscle like a man.
right,
We just don't. You can lift heavy and you can lift weights like a mad woman, and you are not going to build muscle like a man.
right.
You're not genetically built to do that. The only women that are capable of building muscle to that extent are taking performance enhancing drugs. And that is how they get as big as they do. And that is how they get as masculine, if you want to call it that, because they're on performance enhancing drugs. Natural females, you will not look like that. Because I think there's that misconception, because we see those women on social media and we get in our heads like, oh gosh, if I lift weights, I'm going to look huge. You won't.
Yeah, it's a process. Yeah, but even to them, they work hard too. It's just that certain things that they do, just to take it to the next level with it. I would say there's limits to it. But did you ever thought about like doing like a natural bodybuilding show, like OCB or some type of organization? I know you trying to do the NPC, but you
That is
ever
a
had?
natural competition. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I do not take performance enhancing drugs. I never have. So
All right.
yes, my first competition I will be doing in August is a
Okay.
natural competition put on by the MPC right here in Southern California. Yeah.
How do you feel?
About the
Like,
competition?
yeah, yeah. How do you feel
So
like preparing, and like what would like how was your prep and like just training? Do you have a coach or
I do not have a trainer or a fitness coach that I am working with currently.
okay,
Um I in speaking with IFBB pros who have competed that go to my gym, they have told me that I probably don't need a fitness and a trainer, or a fitness and yeah, a trainer, because I've been doing it for so long that I kind of already know what to do. But I absolutely have a posing coach that I just hired, and I'm having my first posing session with her next week. And so yes, because posing, I've heard, can make or break you. You can have a phenomenal physique, but if you
mm,
can't pose and you can't display your physique properly, you won't do well. So I absolutely needed that. I'm hoping I can get by with just self training because I have
mm,
confidence that I know what to do. Like maybe my posing coach will be able to give me some critiquing here and there as I'm posing. Maybe she'll say, "Oh, your glutes need more work," or your your shoulders, maybe work your shoulders more. But I'm hoping I can do it myself.
Mm.
And like I said, this is something I've been considering for quite some time, and I am excited. I this is something that I truly have a passion for and truly just find enjoyment in. And if I
Right.
can display, what I've worked so hard for, even better.
Yeah, yeah, you're looking great, working
Thank you.
out. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, you're not the first person that not to have a coach, in competing. There's others that have done that.
Right.
Some are bodybuilding legends and stuff. Yeah. So yeah. So how far do
I
you
will.
want to? How far do you see yourself? What was that?
Oh, I was gonna say the thing that I'm probably more concerned about is the nutrition, because there is a whole
Yeah.
science behind what you eat, how far out. Like peak week is different from any other one of the weeks. You have to dial in your nutrition like to the T. And I'm going to hopefully find some good information online as far as the nutrition side goes, because I know that's probably even more important than the actual training side of it.
Yeah, yeah. What was like trying to abandon like the unhealthy foods? Like, were there foods that you was like really addictive to eat and it was really hard to break out of it?
Absolutely. For me, it's sweets. For me,
Yeah.
it's I have a big sweet tooth, and that has probably been the hardest for me. I like to call those trigger foods.
Mm,
And what I advise people to do when they're trying to take their health and fitness seriously is know your trigger foods and do your best to keep them out of the house completely. If you want those things every once in a while, try to have them outside the house, because once you bring them into the house, like you're going to be tempted to like go into the pantry and get into those things. uh, but if you make it a point to not even have them in the house, then it's not even an option for you. Over time, I've gotten better about things to where I've found alternatives for my sweet tooth, like sugar-free alternatives that I
yeah.
still get that like flavor, that sweet flavor, but it's not got a ton of calories and sugar in it. So there's little tricks you can do, like if like, oh, I like salty or savory things. You try to find foods that fit that but are healthier for you, for
Yeah.
instance.
What's your
Yeah.
kryptonite? Like what's your favorite food?
Uh, well, sweet. You mean as far as sweets
Sweet.
go?
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, sweet.
Chocolate all the way. Give me all the chocolate. Chocolate and peanut butter, chocolate and toffee. Oh yeah, like a big slab of chocolate cake with like chocolate frosting on it,
Yeah,
chocolate ice cream.
yeah.
Um, but so like if I want chocolate, I'll get like I'll make like I call it my dessert. I do a Greek yogurt, and then I mix in like sugar-free flavored jello mix, cuz so it gives it kind of a moussey texture and it gives it more flavor. Then I'll put in sugar-free chocolate chips. So I get my chocolate, but it's way less calories, way less sugar. Um, and then maybe I'll add some like mixed berries or something into it and like a dollop of whipped cream, and that's my dessert. But it has protein, way less calories, and it's way healthier for me, and it still satisfies that sweet tooth for me. So it's
Yeah.
just about finding compromising, like finding foods that are better for you.
Yeah.
But you absolutely have to like what you eat.
Yeah.
You
You
have to
said
like,
Greek
because
yogurt? I'm not a fan of Greek yogurt.
that's why I recommend adding the sugar-free
Yeah.
pudding mix, because
Okay.
like they have a cheesecake flavor, chocolate. I've done butterscotch, so it adds flavor,
Yeah.
and it's only like 25 extra calories, and it adds flavor, and I think it makes the texture better because I'm not a fan of the texture of Greek yogurt either. But like I do a cheesecake, I call it my protein cheesecake, where I do the cheesecake sugar-free jello pudding mix, and I mix it in with the Greek yogurt, and it tastes like the inside of cheesecake. And then you can add your
Mm.
berries, you can add your whipped cream, and it's good for you.
Yeah. Maybe you should put it online. Maybe somebody could try that out.
I have an Instagram. I put my recipes and my workouts on my Instagram page.
Oh,
People,
okay. Maybe you could take a look. But this guy, he dropping so much comments. I might as well read it. He says, okay, he did that. Always great to learn anything you can, especially if women are overdosing on the peds, taking much more than required. It will affect their body in an unnatural way. And then he's very impressive abs, Kristen, and chocolate lover Willy Wonka would be so proud of you. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But it's honestly, I mean, it's honestly about finding foods that are good for you, that keep you on track, but that you enjoy eating. Because if you don't like the taste of it, if you don't enjoy eating it, you're not going to stick with it. And I think that's the
yeah.
problem that a lot of people run into is they think, "Oh, I got to eat chicken, rice and broccoli. I hate chicken, rice and broccoli." Then don't eat it. You have
That's
to
the
find.
bodybuilder move. That's the bodybuilder. Sorry, to cut you up. That's the bodybuilder. That's what they eat a lot.
Right.
Chicken and broccoli.
Right.
Yeah,
That's usually when they're like in prep or something, which I totally get, but that's temporary. You have to make it a lifestyle. You have to, what you eat should be a long-term way of eating, because otherwise you're not going to stick with it,
right.
and you're going to go back to your old ways. So you have to find foods that are lower in calories, that are lower in fat, and higher in protein, but that you still want to eat. And that's, obviously that's going to be
Yeah,
different for everything, what that means. But you have to
yeah,
like what you, I like what I eat, and I meal prep, but I make sure it's something I want to eat.
right. And this is what you was talking about. The Greek yogurt and the
Yeah.
okay. Can you
Those are
see?
some
Yeah.
things
Okay.
those are things that I pick up at Costco when I go. Some
Oh, okay. Yeah. 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 Like, what are you like in terms of like eating healthy? Like, what are you like? Do you eat meat or?
I'm actually vegetarian,
Oh,
which
okay.
a lot of people are surprised to hear because they don't expect a vegetarian, to actually have muscle. But you absolutely can build muscle and be vegetarian. You just have to get more creative with your protein sources, but it can be done.
Yeah.
And I've been
You're not the
vegetarian.
first. Yeah.
I've been vegetarian for most of my life, so I'm very accustomed to
Yeah.
eating this way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was saying
Oh no.
you're not the first bodybuilder. I've spoken to a bodybuilder that they're vegan